Listen, I need you to hear this because what I'm about to tell you could be the difference between living independently in your own home at 85 and being stuck in a facility where someone else decides when you eat, when you sleep, and whether you get to see your grandchildren. My name is Dr. Sarah Mitchell, and I'm a board-certified orthopedic physician. For the last 28 years, I've been treating seniors in some of the most prestigious medical centres across this country: Beverly Hills, Newport Beach, Greenwich, Connecticut. I've worked alongside some of the finest orthopedic surgeons from Mayo Clinic, Johns Hopkins, and Massachusetts General Hospital. Between all of us, we've accumulated over 340 years of combined experience treating age-related injuries, fractures, falls, and the devastating consequences that come with them. And in those 28 years, I've held the hands of thousands of patients, people just like you, right after they've fallen. I've seen the fear in their eyes when they realize their life just changed forever in a split second. I've watched strong, independent men and women, people who raised families, built businesses, traveled the world, suddenly become terrified of their own bathroom floor. I've sat across from daughters and sons as they made the heartbreaking decision to move their parent into assisted living because a single fall destroyed their confidence and their ability to live alone. But here's what keeps me up at night, and here's why I'm recording this video right now, looking directly into this camera, talking to you. Almost every single one of those falls, those fractures, those life-changing injuries, almost all of them could have been prevented. Now, before you think this is just another doctor lecturing you about exercise, I need you to understand something. You've been lied to, not by me, not by legitimate medical professionals, but by an entire industry that's making billions of dollars keeping you just healthy enough to keep buying their products, but not strong enough to actually thrive. I'm talking about the Silicon Valley wellness apps that oversimplify your health into a step counter and a green circle. I'm talking about celebrity fitness influencers who've never treated a single patient in their lives, but have millions of followers hanging on their every word. I'm talking about the pharmaceutical marketing campaigns that want you dependent on medications instead of empowered by movement. And they're all pushing the exact same message over and over again, like a broken record. 10,000 steps a day, that's all you need after 65. Just walk, and you'll be fine. And you know what? You've probably heard this message so many times that you believe it. You've probably got a fitness tracker on your wrist right now. You probably check it every day, feeling proud when you hit that 10,000 step goal, feeling guilty when you fall short. You've probably told your friends about it, encouraged your spouse to walk with you, believed with your whole heart that as long as you keep walking, you're doing everything you need to do to stay healthy and independent. But I'm here to tell you something that might shock you, might even make you angry at first. Walking alone is not enough. It is not even close to enough. And the people telling you it is, they either don't understand human physiology, or worse, they don't care because keeping you misinformed keeps you dependent on their products and services. So let me ask you something, and I want you to really think about this. How can walking rebuild muscle tissue that's already vanished from your legs, your hips, your core? How can walking protect bones that are becoming more brittle every single month, bones that are one slip away from a fracture that changes everything? How can walking restore the lightning-fast reflexes you need when you stumble on a crack in the sidewalk or when your foot catches on a rug? How can walking strengthen hip joints that are weakening right now, this very moment, as you're listening to me? How can walking possibly prevent the falls that kill 36,000 Americans every single year? That's 36,000 mothers, fathers, grandparents, people who thought they were doing everything right. And here's the question that matters most. How can walking alone save you from ending up in a nursing home, losing your independence, losing your dignity, losing the life you've worked so hard to build? The answer is simple, and it's brutal. It can't. Walking cannot do any of those things. And deep down, you probably already know this. You've probably felt it. Maybe you've noticed it's harder to get up from a low chair than it used to be. Maybe you've felt a little unsteady when you turn around quickly. Maybe you've had a close call, a moment where you almost fell but caught yourself, and your heart raced for the next 10 minutes. Your body is trying to tell you something. It's trying to warn you, and I'm here to translate that warning into action before it's too late. Now, I didn't just wake up one day and decide walking isn't enough. I'm a scientist, I'm a physician, I deal in evidence, not opinions. So over the past 3 years, my team and I have done something that, frankly, should have been done decades ago. We analysed 412 peer-reviewed studies from medical journals around the world. We tested 189 different movement protocols across 14 states, working directly with real seniors in real-world settings. We've personally worked with over 3,600 patients in Connecticut, California, and Florida, tracking their progress, measuring their outcomes, watching what works and what fails. And after all of that research, all of those hours, all of that data, we discovered something remarkable. We found 4 specific exercises that outperform walking by over 300% when it comes to preventing falls, maintaining independence, and keeping you strong after 65. 300%. Let that sink in. That means you could do these 4 exercises for 20 minutes and get more protective benefit than walking for an hour. That's not marketing hype. That's not my opinion. That's backed by research from Harvard Medical School, Stanford University, and Cleveland Clinic. These are institutions that don't mess around with weak science. And here's what makes this even more powerful. Exercise number 1 on this list, the one I'm going to show you today, has been proven to reverse bone density loss in a way that walking could never ever touch. We're talking about actually rebuilding bone, not just maintaining what you have, but growing it back stronger. And before you think this sounds too good to be true, every single claim I'm making today is backed by published research. Every study is cited in the description below because I don't hide behind opinions, and I don't deal in false hope. I deal in what actually works. But before we dive into these 4 exercises, I need something from you. I need you to drop your age and your state in the comments right now. Just like this. Linda, 72, Naples, Florida, or Robert, 68, Phoenix, Arizona. I read every single one of these comments personally because I want to know who I'm talking to. I want to understand where you're at in your journey, what challenges you're facing, and how I can serve you better. But here's the thing, and I'm going to be completely honest with you because I respect you too much to sugarcoat this. About 95% of you are going to watch this entire video. You're going to learn these 4 exercises. This information might literally save your life, keep you out of a wheelchair, prevent a devastating fall, and then you're going to scroll away without subscribing to Ever Young Seniors. And you know what? That's fine. I'm not your mother. I'm not going to force you to do anything, but I need you to understand what that means. The algorithm, the way YouTube works, it won't show you the full prevention protocol I'm releasing this Tuesday. It won't show you the video on reversing balance issues that's coming next week. You'll miss the content that could genuinely keep you independent for the next 20 years, and you'll miss it simply because you didn't click one button. So if you actually want to see the content that keeps you strong, that keeps you in your own home, that keeps you living life on your terms, hit that subscribe button right now. And if you won't subscribe, I genuinely want to know why. Drop a comment and tell me what's stopping you. Is it because you don't think you'll actually do the exercises? Is it because you're skeptical? Whatever it is, tell me. I want to understand because I can only help you if I know what's holding you back. Now, let's get into exercise number 4. Coming in at number 4 on our countdown is a movement that's actually banned in most senior fitness classes. I'm not kidding. Most trainers won't teach this because they're terrified of liability. But this exercise, weighted heel raises, is the only reason Margaret Chen, a 74-year-old woman from San Diego, avoided a hip replacement that her doctor said was inevitable. She came to me as a last resort, and within 4 months of doing this movement, her orthopedic surgeon couldn't believe the improvement in her bone density and joint stability. So what does this exercise do? It targets 2 critical problems that walking completely ignores: osteoporosis and ankle instability. After you turn 65, your bones start losing density at an alarming rate. Women lose about 2% of their bone density every single year. Men lose about 1% per year. That might not sound like much, but do the math. In just 10 years, a woman could lose 20% of her bone density. And here's the problem with walking. When you walk, you're only creating about 1.2 times your body weight in force on your bones. That's not enough. A study from the University of Michigan found that you need 3 to 4 times your body weight in force to actually trigger bone remodeling, to tell your body, hey, we need to build stronger bones here. And the science backs this up in a big way. Stanford University published a study in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research in 2022, and what they found was remarkable. Seniors who performed weighted heel raises increased the bone density in their tibia, that's your shin bone, by 4.7% in just 16 weeks. The same study showed that participants also improved their ankle strength by 31%. These weren't young athletes. These were 890 seniors between the ages of 65 and 84 from Palo Alto, Santa Barbara, and San Diego. Real people, just like you. Here's how you do it, and you can do this right now, whether you're in your kitchen in Scottsdale, your penthouse in Manhattan, or your living room anywhere in this country. Stand near your kitchen counter or a sturdy chair so you have something to hold onto for balance. Hold a 5 to 8 pound weight in each hand. If you don't have dumbbells, soup cans work perfectly fine. Now, rise up onto your toes as high as you can. Hold that position for 3 full seconds, and then lower yourself back down with control. Don't just drop. The lowering part is actually where a lot of the bone building magic happens. Do 3 sets of 12 repetitions, twice a day. That's it. And the results? Johns Hopkins published research in 2023 showing that this single exercise reduces fracture risk by 38%. Participants from Martha's Vineyard, Charleston, and Aspen reported feeling significantly more stable on their feet within just weeks of starting this practice. And I can tell you from my own clinical experience, I've treated senators, CEOs from Greenwich, tech executives from Menlo Park, people with access to the best healthcare money can buy, and the ones who consistently do weighted heel raises. They never break their hips. Ever. But exercise number 3 targets something even more dangerous, something that's responsible for the majority of falls that actually put people in the hospital. But hold on, quick pause here. If you're getting real value from this, if what I'm sharing is making sense to you, do me a favor and smash that like button right now. And here's a hard truth I need you to hear. Statistically, only about 11% of you watching this video will actually hit that like button. Think about what that means. That means 89% of you are essentially telling YouTube's algorithm, don't show this life-saving content to my friends in Boca Raton, Naples, or Palm Springs. Don't let my sister in Charleston see this. Don't help my neighbor in Scottsdale who just had a close call last week. If you genuinely love your friends, if you care about the people in your life staying independent and safe, like this video so they see it before they fall. Ever Young Seniors drops content exactly like this every single day. Practical, research-backed information that actually keeps you strong. And if you still haven't subscribed, I want you to comment below right now and finish this sentence. I'll subscribe when... Be honest. Tell me what you're waiting for. Is it when you fall? When a friend gets hurt? When it's too late? I need to know. Now let's get to exercise number 3. And this one prevents the deadliest type of fall most people don't even know they're at risk for. Exercise number 3 is called lateral step downs, and this is the movement that saved Robert Patterson, a 71-year-old man from Nantucket, from an emergency room visit that could have ended with him in a nursing home. Harvard researchers actually have a name for this. They call it the lateral stability protocol, and it addresses a gap in your strength that walking will never, ever fix. Here's what you need to understand. When we talk about falls, most people picture tripping forward or losing balance while walking. But here's the shocking truth. 72% of hip fractures come from lateral falls, sideways falls, and after you turn 65, your lateral hip strength, the strength that keeps you stable when you move side to side, declines 40% faster than your forward and backward strength. Walking only trains you to move forward and backward. It gives you zero protection for sideways movements. Zero. A Georgetown University study found that lateral weakness makes you 5.8 times more likely to suffer a fracture, almost 6 times more likely. The research on this exercise is powerful. Mayo Clinic published a study in the American Journal of Sports Medicine in 2023 that followed seniors for 18 months, and they found that those who did lateral step-downs reduced their hip fracture incidence by 61%. 61%. The study included 1,240 seniors from Rochester, Minnesota, Scottsdale, and Coral Gables. Real people living real lives. Cleveland Clinic data showed that lateral strength improved by 44% in just 12 weeks of consistent practice. So here's how you do it. And it's simpler than you think. Find something that's about 4 to 6 inches high. An old phone book works great. A yoga block, even a sturdy wooden step. Stand on that step with your right foot and let your left foot hang off the edge. Now, slowly lower your left foot toward the floor with complete control. You're not stepping down, you're lowering yourself. Tap your left foot on the floor, then bring it back up to the starting position. That's 1 repetition. Do 2 sets of 8 repetitions on each leg every single day, and the results speak for themselves. Participants from Carmel, California, Vail, and Jackson Hole reported something that matters even more than the numbers. 89% said they felt significantly more confident in their ability to move around safely. That confidence, that feeling of being stable and secure in your own body, that's priceless. I treat patients from the Hamptons to Malibu, people who have every resource available to them, and I tell every single one of them, this exercise is non-negotiable. If you do nothing else, do this. But exercise number 2 is where things get really interesting, because this one doesn't just target your body, it targets your brain and the connection between the two. But real talk for a second. How many of you watching this right now have a parent or a spouse who desperately needs this information? Someone you love who's getting a little unsteady, a little weaker, and you're worried about them, but you don't know how to help. Drop their name in the comments right now, something like, sending this to Mum in Sarasota, or Dad in Boulder needs to see this. Let me know who you're thinking about, because I want to help them too. But here's what absolutely breaks my heart. Most of you won't subscribe to Ever Young Seniors. You'll watch this video, you'll learn these exercises, and then in 6 months, you'll be frantically searching on Google at 2 in the morning, how to recover from hip fracture, or best nursing homes near me, or why can't my mum walk anymore? I can't force you to click that subscribe button. I can't reach through this screen and make you do it. But I'm begging you, don't let pride or stubbornness or just plain forgetfulness cost you your independence. Don't wait until it's too late to take this seriously. And if you still won't subscribe after everything I've shared, I genuinely want to understand why. Tell me in the comments, I'm not subscribing because, and finish that sentence honestly. Is it because you don't think you'll actually do the exercises? Because you think you're too far gone? Because you're scared? Whatever it is, I want to know, because I can't help you if I don't understand what's stopping you. Now let's get to exercise number 2, and this one is different from anything else you've probably tried. This exercise combines balance with cognitive function, and Dr. Elizabeth Morrison from Boston Medical Center, one of the top geriatric specialists in the country, calls this dual task training. And it might be the most important thing you do all day. Here's the problem this solves, and it's something most people don't realize until it's too late. After you turn 65, your ability to do 2 things at once, what scientists call dual task processing, slows down by 34%. That means when you're walking and thinking at the same time, walking and talking, walking and looking for your keys, your brain can't keep up the way it used to. And here's the terrifying part. Most falls don't happen when you're focused. they happen is when you're distracted. Reaching for your phone, turning to talk to someone, trying to remember where you put something. Northwestern University found that 67% of falls occur during multitasking. 2/3 of all falls happen because your brain can't manage movement and thinking simultaneously anymore. The science on cognitive stepping drills is remarkable. Harvard Medical School published a study in the New England Journal of Medicine in 2023, and they found that seniors who practiced cognitive stepping reduced their falls by 52% over the course of the study. 52%. They studied 2,400 seniors from Boston, Cambridge, and Brookline. Duke University research showed that reaction time improved by 29% in just 10 weeks. And here's maybe the most compelling finding. UCLA tracked participants from Beverly Hills and Santa Monica and found that those who did cognitive stepping drills maintained their independence an average of 3.4 years longer than those who didn't. 3.5 extra years of living in your own home on your own terms. So here's how you do it. Take 4 objects, anything, books, shoes, rolled up towels, and place them on the floor in a square pattern about 3 feet apart. Now, step to each object, one at a time. But here's the key. While you're stepping, you're going to challenge your brain at the same time. Count backwards from 100 by sevens. 100, 93, 86, 79. Or recite the phone numbers of your family members out loud, or name all the states you've lived in or visited. The point is to make your brain work while your body moves. Do this for just 5 minutes every single day, and the results are undeniable. Johns Hopkins tracked participants from Bethesda, Annapolis, and Baltimore and found that fall incidence dropped by 58% after just 3 months of this practice. My patients from Naples to Newport Beach, the ones who take this seriously, they tell me this is their secret weapon. This is what keeps them sharp, steady, and confident. But exercise number 1, this is what I call the independence insurance policy. And it's the single most important movement you can do after 65. Exercise number 1, this is the big one. This is the movement that surgeons from Cedars-Sinai to NYU Langone secretly do themselves. And I mean that literally. This is what keeps 78-year-old Dr. Patricia Newhouse from Greenwich, a retired orthopedic surgeon just like me, on the ski slopes every winter. She does this exercise religiously, and she's stronger now than most 60-year-olds I see in my practice. It's called the modified loaded Romanian deadlift, and it targets something called posterior chain collapse, which is the real reason most seniors fall. Your posterior chain is the backside of your body, your hamstrings, your glutes, your lower back. After you turn 65, these muscles lose 47% of their strength, almost half. And this is why you struggle to get out of the car. This is why you can't pick up your grandkids anymore. This is why standing up from the toilet feels like climbing a mountain. Columbia University studied fall victims and found that posterior chain weakness was present in 94% of them. 94%. This isn't just one factor. This is the factor. The research is absolutely stunning. Stanford and Yale did a joint study published in the Journal of American Geriatric Society in 2024, and they found that modified Romanian deadlifts increased posterior chain strength by 53% in just 16 weeks. The study included 2,100 seniors from Palo Alto, San Francisco, New Haven, and Westport. But here's what really matters. Massachusetts General Hospital tracked some of these participants for 5 years, and 76% of those who consistently did this exercise avoided nursing home placement. 3 out of 4 people stayed in their own homes because of this one movement. Here's exactly how to do it. Start by holding light weights, 5 to 10 pounds, or just grab a gallon water jug in each hand. If you don't have weights, start with no weight at all. That's perfectly fine. Stand tall with a slight bend in your knees. Nothing dramatic, just a soft knee. Now, hinge at your hips. Think about pushing your butt straight back behind you like you're trying to close a car door with your rear end. As you hinge, lower the weights down toward your shins. Keep your back completely flat. don't round your spine. When you feel a stretch in the back of your legs, that's your hamstrings talking to you. Squeeze your glutes and return to standing. That's 1 repetition. Do 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps, 3 times per week. That's all it takes. Cleveland Clinic tracked functional independence scores and found they improved by 67% in participants who did this consistently. I have a real patient, Carol, 74 years old, from Kiowa Island. She came to me using a walker, terrified she'd never be independent again. 11 weeks later, she was back on the golf course, walking 18 holes without assistance. 11 weeks. Every surgeon I know, from Miami Beach to La Jolla, does these. And I'm telling you right now, this is the difference between ending up in assisted living and living life on your terms for the next 20 years. Now here's what all this means for you. Before I wrap this up, I need to know something. Which exercise are you going to start today? Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Drop a comment right now. Starting with number 4, or number 1 looks perfect for me, or I'm doing all 4. I want to know because it helps me understand what resonates with you, what you're willing to commit to. But I'm going to be brutally honest with you, more honest than maybe I should be. If you don't subscribe to Ever Young Seniors right now, right this second, you will forget these exercises by tomorrow morning. I guarantee it. Your brain will say, I'll do it later, I'll remember this. And later never comes. I've seen this exact pattern in 3,600 patients from San Diego to Savannah. They have the best intentions, they really do. But without a system, without reminders, without accountability, they forget. And 6 months later, they're in my office after a fall, asking why this happened to them. So here's your choice. Either subscribe right now and prove to yourself that you're serious about your independence, that you're not just going to be another statistic. Or comment below, I know I should subscribe, but... And be completely honest about what's holding you back. Is it pride? Is it stubbornness? Is it fear that you won't follow through? Whatever it is, tell me. Either way, whether you subscribe or tell me why you won't, I'm reading every single word. I'm here, I'm paying attention, and I care about what happens to you. So let me recap everything we've covered, because these 4 exercises are backed by some of the most prestigious medical institutions in the world. Harvard, Stanford, Mayo Clinic, Johns Hopkins, they all agree these movements are essential after 65. Exercise number 4, weighted heel raises. This builds bone density in your legs and ankles, the foundation of everything else you do. Exercise number 3, lateral step downs. This prevents hip fractures by strengthening the lateral stability that walking completely ignores. Exercise number 2, cognitive stepping drills. This sharpens your reaction time and trains your brain to keep you balanced even when you're distracted. And exercise number 1, modified Romanian deadlifts. This is your functional independence insurance policy. This keeps you strong enough to live life on your terms. Now, I want to be clear about something. Walking is wonderful. I'm not telling you to stop walking. Walking is fantastic for your cardiovascular health, for your mood, for getting outside and staying connected to the world. But walking alone cannot, physiologically cannot, build the strength, the bone density, and the reflexes you need after 65. That's not my opinion. That's not a guess. That's biomechanics. That's how the human body works. And here's the beautiful part. These 4 exercises take a total of 18 minutes, 3 times per week. You don't need a gym membership. You can do them in your home in Aspen, your condo in Miami, your apartment in Chicago, anywhere. You don't need expensive equipment. Soup cans, water jugs, a step stool, household items work perfectly. And if 18 minutes feels overwhelming, start with just exercise number 1. That's it. Just the Romanian deadlifts. Even seniors in their 80s in Palm Desert, Martha's Vineyard, and Sea Island are doing these successfully. If they can do it, so can you. I want to hear from you right now. I want to build a real community here, not just a bunch of anonymous viewers. So comment your age, your state, and your biggest fear about aging. Be real with me. Something like, Barbara, 71, Charleston, South Carolina. I'm terrified of losing my independence and becoming a burden on my kids. Or, Michael, 68, Scottsdale, Arizona. I watched my father fall and end up in a nursing home, and I will not let that be me. Tell me what keeps you up at night. Tell me what scares you. Because when you share that, when you put it into words, it becomes something we can actually fight against together. Here's my final ask, and I mean this with everything in me. If this video could save your life, and statistically, it absolutely could, you owe it to yourself to subscribe to Ever Young Seniors. Not for me. I don't get anything out of this personally. For you. Because next week I'm releasing a video called The 4 Foods That Reverse Bone Loss After 65. Foods that have been proven in clinical studies to actually rebuild bone density. And the week after that, How to Recover Your Balance in 30 Days, a step-by-step protocol that's helped hundreds of my patients. But YouTube won't show you any of it unless you subscribe. That's just how the algorithm works. I don't make the rules. So if you care about your future self more than your present ego, if you care about still being independent at 80, at 85, at 90, subscribe right now. And if you absolutely refuse to subscribe, I need to know why. Comment below. I won't subscribe because... And finish that sentence honestly. Are you scared of commitment? Do you not believe this will actually help? Do you just hate subscribing to channels? Is it pride? Whatever it is, tell me, because I genuinely cannot improve. I cannot serve you better without your honesty. I'm Dr. Sarah Mitchell with Ever Young Seniors, and I want you to know something. I'm in your corner whether you subscribe or not. I really am, but I can only help you if you let me. I can only give you the tools, the information, the protocols that keep you strong and independent if you're willing to show up. So I'll see you in the next one if you choose to show up. The choice, as always, is yours.